put up a poll the other day. Are the Niners good or bad? It was kind of a trick question. I knew the Niner fans would say mostly yes. The correct answer is technically no, since they're 4-5, and at this point in the season, you are what your record says you are. But their relationship to the Mendoza or to the 500 is going to change week to week, and so it's a valid question. Are they good? Are they bad? Or are they neither? What do you think?
I think that we like things simple.
I do.
We want easy answers.
One or two, A or B.
Yeah, good or bad.
A or B.
And the reality is that that's an oversimplification of who the 49ers are, right? They have the same number of wins as the Atlanta Falcons. I don't think that you can actually, with a straight face, say that the 49ers and the Falcons are the same level of team within the NFL, that they have the same potential ceiling. They may be as inconsistent as one another. But when you talk about good or bad, I think it's reductionist not to bring in talent, not to bring in why they're suffering, why they're losing games. And with the 49ers, they're frustrating things that they're shooting themselves in their own foot, right? It seems to be that they are preventing themselves from winning.
Yeah, I mean, it's the kind of season where if they were to miss the playoffs, there would be outrage locally. And nationally, people would be like, what happened? I mean, no one expects Arthur Smith in his first year to make the playoffs with Atlanta after trading Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley retired. I mean, that's kind of understandable, but year 5, you really have the team you wanted, and you're going to go 8-9, 9-8, and miss the playoffs. That's a scandal, to the point where you're thinking, is this coach the right guy? Is this GM the right guy? Do you really have to change things entirely? If they make the playoffs, maybe not. So that's why I think like mediocre isn't good enough. They're supposed to be double-digit win team. Double-digit win team.
That's a great call out. It's expectations versus reality that's causing such an issue here. That 49ers fans came in believing that we were a certain team, that we were going to be able to compete and make the playoffs and make a run for the Super Bowl. And this rude awakening has really jolted people. I mean, there's some irrationality that's going around. There are 49ers fans who, I get the frustration with our coach and potentially with our front office and maybe wanting to burn it all down to the ground. I understand.
No, but I get where the expectations come from. Year 5, they went to the Super Bowl. I mean, hold on. I mean, the Niners were, who said 2019 vibes? The Niners did. Right. Who sold 94 red jerseys to the fan base? The Niners did.
Yeah. Expectations are fair. I mean, I don't think that that's an argument.
They profited off those expectations. Yeah. They were like, buy your season tickets because we didn't.
100%. They chose players in the draft that they didn't think they needed to contribute this year because they were good, right? They were good enough.
They're just better.
And so I get that has carried over to the calls that you're seeing from a section of the fan base for Kyle Shanahan's head and John Lynch to go and everything. It makes sense. I understand it, but it has led to some irrationality from fans. I mean, I hear sentiment of people rooting for losses because it will then propel us into the future, that the loss will somehow assure them that Jed will see the light and let Kyle Shanahan go at that point, as opposed to it just being a painful loss for our favorite team, not your favorite team.
I get it though, because like think about it, man. Like if they make the playoffs, what does that mean for next year? Like say they go 10-7, make the playoffs, losing the first round. Does that compel the Niners to bring all the vets back one more time and keep Jimmy Garoppolo? It's not like you developed any of the young guys. Right. So why wouldn't you do that? You just made the playoffs. Are you going to give up now? Maybe next year will be better. So if you make the playoffs, next year's kind of like a nightmare. And then if you miss the playoffs, like it could be a total reboot. There could be a new coach, a new GM, a new everything. And that's kind of starting over. So it just seems like no matter what the Niners do, if they stay along this path, next year looks kind of murky at best.
It does. I would say the murkier of the two is letting go of the entire front office coaching staff, because I don't trust Jed York to make the correct hire the next time, right? I think that's the darker path. You still haven't developed the rookies. you're now moving on from a head coach that you have had success underneath, and you're relying upon Jed York to bring in the next guy who's going to develop the rookie that hasn't had any development to this point. So if I'm playing the dark path on both of those angles, to me, it's much darker if we end up moving off of our head coach and front office.
Certainly. But I think it's fair for an idealistic fan to sort of root for their team to, build themselves the right way and give
Yeah.
themselves a clear vision for a Super Bowl. And this, keeping the team together from 2019, I don't know. It seems like they're kind of settling into 500 territory where they're, they win one, they win some, they lose some. But I think the whole point, the reason fans were so excited about the move up for Trey Lance was it was the Niners saying we strive for more.
Yeah,
We're
we're
gonna
going all
we're
in.
gonna do this a whole different way and go all in. And now they're like, well, maybe not, maybe not. I
Yeah.
think Niner fans are like, okay, well, it's fair to just be like, let's take this 1 week at a time and not think about the future. But how do you not think about the future? How do you not think about the future when at least even the most optimistic Niner fan, Rob, you would represent the most optimistic Niner fan. Like,
Why,
are
thank you.
I know you're not like throwing in the towel in the season, but you're not exactly expecting the Super Bowl. I don't
No.
mean to put words in your mouth.
No, I have definitely changed my expectations. I still have hopes. I mean, after watching what I saw on Monday night, I still believe if the 49ers can maintain that identity, they will be in the playoffs. They will be the team that nobody wants to play. And I think they have every chance of making the same type of run that the Packers made when they finally crested the hill with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. All right. Well, I hope you're right.